Well, we are Elizabeth and Everett Easley. We have been associated with Camp Chippewa now for over 6 years. We first came to Chippewa with a group of traveling missionaries, which is Nomads, a division of the Methodist Church, and we did their first project here 6 years ago, and have since come back almost every year, either as a nomad or I actually worked here 4 summers on staff doing maintenance. And how many years did you work here, Elizabeth?
3.
3, and worked on staff in the kitchen. So we've worked on the Chippewa now for 4 years, like I said, total of 6 years. We've been nomads for over 10 years, and that's an organization we love, and we travel basically full-time RV. So we have an RV and travel around the country doing missionary work, and like working here in the summer, work camping was really a great opportunity for us to do that. So. Ooh.
Curly.
Yeah,
I like the llamas too.
Peaches was mine. Peaches is the pot-bellied pig. I don't remember, snaggletooth, that's what they call them.
It was interesting, whenever we go down to feed the animals, they would jump into the water trough so that they could get sprayed when it was hot in the summer.
So I'd sit there and give them a bath with the hose.
Yeah.
It's so funny. The rest of the time they wouldn't have anything to do with you, but they'd come up for a hose bath.
Yeah. We had family. We brought our grandchildren. I would say that of our grandchildren, we have 12 grandchildren, and I would say that 1, 2, 3,
6 of them, at least.
3, 4, probably 8 of them out of all the children.
That's right. 2
attended here.
2 from Texas and 6 from up here.
Yep.
So,
I like the fact that they had the equestrian program. Our grandchildren love that because they have not really ever had the experience with being around horses and being able to ride horses and so forth, and they all seem to really enjoy that a lot. I just enjoyed the people we worked with. I mean, the staff that they had was great, and the fact that they had of course, working in the kitchen, they had the cookout and the making s'mores and bringing kids together and so forth. Our grandkids have great stories about that. So,
same with me. Just as I hit on earlier, just working with young people who help bring kids to Christ, and the awe when the kids come out. A lot of the kids were returning campers, as you well know, but many of them was the first time they'd ever been here, and they were just awestruck by horses and cows and the wildlife. It's like, and we don't live that far out of the city, but some folks just never get out of the city. So that was an awesome experience, and you could witness that every year at some level.
Well, we enjoyed the camping experience. We enjoyed Chippewa as nomads, and we were looking for something that we could do during the summertime, and we liked the fact that it was a Christian camp, and that we were able to work with the youth and the counselors and so forth in a Christian environment, and we just loved it. I enjoyed camp I went to Camp Galilee when I was growing up, and always enjoyed that tremendously. And so when we came to Chippewa, we just kind of was a good fit for us.
For me, besides doing nomads work, which is very rewarding work, as far as working here at the camp on staff, I worked, mowed, fixed things, whatever needed to be done, and I enjoyed that. First of all, the interaction with the youth, that was a wonderful opportunity for me. And it was rewarding for me, and to get to work with young people who are so dedicated at helping the youth with Christian opportunities. there's so little of that's what made Chippewa very special. And I'm sure most camps are that way, but you could witness it at Chippewa, and I really appreciate that.
Well, we still, when we've been on Facebook and this type of thing, we still have, we still see a lot of the different counselors and so forth. Jacob and Christy, they were very special to us. Justin Sykes, he was very special to us.
I worked a lot with Justin and several of the youth. When they weren't scheduled to be with kids, would help out with the maintenance folks. So I got to be fairly close with a lot of them. And
we really enjoyed
follow
that.
most of them on Facebook now, and see how things are going. Most of them are older now and either in college or married, or it's just awesome. And it hadn't been that long to see how they've developed. So finished college and those types of things. So yeah, as far as, and I'm very close to the camp director, James, and Bud. They're working with them all the time is maybe be lifelong friendships there. So.
Well, the one experience I have that I can, pretty much throw out there is our grandson is very much into video games. And, he wanted to come to camp here, and we didn't know how he would handle being technology free for 5 days. And he came and he loved it, and still talks about all the experiences he had and this type of thing. And so I think that disconnect was really a good thing for him. And I feel like that he'll have something that he remembers. And as far as the staff is concerned, when they would talk about, at the end, that they would have some people that would share, what it meant to them, especially when their kids were older, then it was very impressive, the things that they would say. I don't have any specific things, but some of the things that the kids wrote about their time here at camp was very touching. So
I found there was many experiences, but the one that was most the ones I should say, because they were collectively the same. I would drive the tractor or team or whatever and bring kids out to this very outdoor chapel for worship in the evening, and most of the time I would set in on that, in the background on that, and watching that happen, the experiences, the kids' faces, the lessons, that was definitely a growing experience for me. I came away a lot better Christian than I came to that meeting, just because of what I was seeing in front of me. It was excellent.
I always enjoyed their, a talent show, or where they put on skits and this type of thing, and we found that that really brought out a lot of people's personalities and so forth, and so we enjoyed that.
One of the interns for most of the time we were here was Garrett Drago, and Garrett had a talent for teaching these limericks. I'd call them camp songs, camp limericks, which are kind of camp standards. But I remember we were going somewhere, I guess just leaving here and taking our 2 grandchildren that had been here back to Texas, and they started, the girl, who is 4 years older than the boy, started into their camp songs, and they all knew these camp songs. It was pretty darned impressive.
Yeah.
And I said, "Where'd you hear that?" "Well, Garrett did that one." And they were just, some of them would go on and on, but it was just absolutely, it stuck. And that was so funny to me, that here's these 2, they weren't together at camp, but they learned the same things at camp. Yeah. So that was a good thing. Well, I think, and I have shared this with people, they'll say, "Well, what, try not to be too wordy, but a few years ago, the Missouri camps shut down several camps for economic reasons. And I was leadership at the time with the Nomads, and had several parents and several people I talked to, and I said, we're really losing an opportunity here for our children, because there's so many children that find Christ and are led to Christ through the camp experience. Just like Elizabeth said, you're not on your device, 8 hours a day. You're out here in nature, and what better place to make contact with God? And I mean, today with things that are going on, there's other means and ways that are being developed, but it's hard to beat the good old camp experience. And so I encourage folks that when they can, when camps are available, take your kids to camp.
Yeah.
You won't regret it. I would say the staff needs to hang in there. I know 2020 has been, and I don't want to date our presentation, but it's a fact. Things are different this year. Everything is either remote or video or not close personal contact, and that's contrary to everything that outdoor camp is all about. But hang in there. Things will get back to normal, and we can get our camps back to normal, and do the best you can with what you've got. And I appreciate the fact, just like this camp is taking a camp on the road, so to speak, so that there's still that opportunity. It may not be the same as out here, but at least they're getting some exposure to a Christian environment, where they team build, and that ought to be, for the staff, that's an opportunity to do what they do out here, maybe just in a different setting. So.